welcome to the 2018 second special session of the Utah State Legislature. I am Senator Jake Anderegg. I wanted to bring you all up to date on what's happening with this special session today that the governor has called. I'm going to use my notes. You see all the different bills that we've got here. Quite literally too many, in my opinion. I knew that 2 or 3 of these items were going to be discussed during a special session. I didn't realize we were going to have 12. So buckle up, because I'm going to go fast. We have on the House side, House Bill 2001, the Utah Inland Port Amendments Bill. I knew about that one. I'm somewhat prepared for that one. House Bill 2002, the Repatriation Tax Amendments Bill. I knew about that one. That one is, well, we'll get into that. House Bill 2003, the Income Tax Code Amendments. Wasn't quite aware of that one. House Bill 2004, the Utah Communications Authority Procurement Amendments. I don't even know what that's it. I've got to get into that. I didn't know it was coming. House Bill 2005, Drinking Water Source Sizing Requirements. See if I get that right. I didn't know about that one. Senate Bill 2001, Online Sales Tax. I knew that one was coming down the pipeline. Senate Bill 2002, the Child Tax Credit. I knew that one was coming down. Senate Bill 2003, Off-Premise Beer Retailer Licensing Amendments. I had no idea what that is even. We'll get into that. Senate Bill 2004, Class B and C Road Funds Amendments. I know what that is, but I didn't know it was going to be on this special session. Senate Bill 2005, Calculating New Damages Limits on Personal Injury Cases. I'll find out what that is. Senate Resolution 2001, Senate Resolution regarding the separation of families at the border. So here we have this special session. It's been discussed for the Inland Port for months now. And then next thing I know, we have 12 bills. And I'll just be honest with you. Kind of my rule of thumb is if I haven't had enough time to read the bill, to properly vet the bill, to know exactly what I'm voting on, I vote no. So I'm rushing like mad to read upwards of 10,000 lines of new code. Most of it's existing code, so it's not that hard. But I'm going to try to get ready by 2:30 this afternoon when we will hear these bills. I wanted to prepare this video so that you guys knew what we were working on and get this out there as soon as possible. I am looking for your feedback and for your input. We're going to somewhere put a link on the screen here in order for you to click on these and be able to see which bills we're talking about, be able to read the language yourself. We're going to send this out via email and on Facebook and social media. I look for your input. Anything that you would like to talk about. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. You'll get into them. They're pretty simple. I'm still reviewing some of them. But I wanted to talk about 4 of them real quick, and I'm just going to go real quick. House Bill 2001, the Utah Inland Port Amendments. What we did during the legislative session is I think we went a little too far with land use requirements. What was passed out of the legislative session, I support. I think the inland port's a great idea, and I think it's going to be a huge economic impact and benefit to the state. But we have to do it the right way. This bill, takes us back to the original bill that passed out of the Senate before it went to the House and made all these adjustments. It's a compromise bill. I think Salt Lake City will be on board, and I think it's going to be a consensus bill. House Bill 2002, which is the Repatriation Tax Amendments Bill. So this bill is being done because, quite literally, the federal tax bill, that reform bill that changed everything last year, we weren't entirely certain how, when that was fully implemented the beginning of this year, how that was going to affect all of our taxes. So with the decrease of the federal tax rate, you've now got a bunch of companies out there that have out of the country business endeavors. They're now bringing that money back. And so many states are actually seeing a huge unexpected tax or revenue increase. I think ours is about $40–45 million that we didn't realize we were going to have. So now what we're doing is we're passing this bill that's going to more align our tax rates with what they've done with reductions on the federal tax rates to get some of that money back and so the businesses can utilize that money and whatnot. It's a good bill. I'm in favor of that bill. Senate Bill 2001, the online sales tax. Look, our general fund has been shrinking for some time, especially as the typical brick and mortar retail outlets are diminishing, with people now buying so much more of their products online through online retailers, Amazon, eBay, and whatnot. In fact, I think I read something in the Wall Street Journal a couple of months ago that said that nearly 90% of everything that was purchased for Christmas in 2017 was purchased online. Well, right now, there's been the Quill case out of North Dakota. The Supreme Court had ruled that the states couldn't charge online sales tax for interstate commerce purposes. Well, the Supreme Court 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month ago, just reversed that. So now states are in a position to do that. Now, that being said, I recognize this issue of the shrinking general fund and the sales tax. The online sales tax will help stabilize that. And I'm actually in favor of figuring out how to have a stable base, a stable tax base. Lower the rate, broaden the base. I get that. But we've just passed like 3 or 4 really big tax increases this last general legislative session. Are we really going to throw on online sales tax on top of that? I don't know that I'm necessarily in favor of it at this time. I would really like to hear from you guys on this one. So anyhow, get in contact with me. The last bill I wanted to talk about is the Senate Bill 2002. I think it's 2002. It's being numbered right now. The child tax credit. So one of the things that happened with the tax reform on the federal level is everyone saw some sort of decrease, but we didn't know at the time and during the general legislative session how this was going to affect us, especially because we have large kids. We have large families with a lot of kids here in Utah per capita on average. So what we're seeing, and I've received a lot of emails from constituents who've been angry because we've seen like people who have had $17 of state income tax per paycheck being withdrawn from their check increased to $72 per check, which that's more than double, almost a triple increase of what the state income tax was supposed to be. So we're actually passing Senate Bill 2002. We're going to talk about it. The child tax credit, which is going to stabilize that and make it much more in line with what the federal was doing so that people aren't being hurt on the state income level. So these are the bills. Honestly, I'm a little irked that we got these in the 11th hour and now we're supposed to basically pass 10,000 lines of new code. I'm prepared for 4 or 5 of them. I'm getting prepared on the other 6, 7, 8 of them. But the reality is I wanted you to know what was going on. I wanted you to know how to get a hold of this and be able to see this. So click the links. You can reach out to me, shoot me an email at janderegg@le.utah.gov. You can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. You can shoot me an email, whatever you'd like. I want to hear from you. And this is what we're doing this second special session of 2018. And, from the Utah Capitol Complex, this is Senator Jake Anderegg saying I will catch you next time.